completed the first year of kindergarten, and the teacher noticed that I was not progressing like most of the kids in class, and apparently worked out with my parents and to do some testing. So they did a hearing test and recognized that the right ear was showing lost, and so I wasn't hearing very well, and that would explain why I didn't learn my ABCs and the things that they were teaching as well, because I wasn't hearing like all the other kids. So I got my first hearing aid in the right ear at 5, and they kept me in kindergarten for another year to help me educationally. And then I just, as I was sharing with Kira when we were talking about this once before, I remember as a kid just being told, always sit in the front row so you can hear well. And as a result, I think one of the things that I did without realizing I was compensating for not hearing well, I learned how to read lips naturally. So because I was in the front row, whoever was speaking or teaching, I just naturally saw their face and learned how to read lips really well. And so that has helped me. But I also did receive speech therapy through the school years because of my inability to enunciate words clearly, and I didn't hear them well, so I wouldn't always repeat them well. So I didn't hear the vowels or the consonants as well, and sometimes as a kid I would mispronounce words. So I remember very often my parents would politely correct me if I said a word wrong, just to let me know that I didn't say it right. So I had speech therapy, or speech, they call it speech, up until 8th grade. My private high school, I did not have any speech by then, and I just continued to have that through my schooling. And overall, my education, my grades were pretty okay, but I think I just, I didn't fall behind necessarily, and so I think the extra year of schooling helped me. And then into high school was a little bit harder for me. I remember not always hearing things well or clearly, but it was because of distance maybe, or it might have been not loud enough. And I went 4 years of college, no testing, and found out that my other ear had lost significant amount of hearing. So at that point, at 21, they considered me binaurally, so that was both ears lost. So it got more challenging as I got older as far as my hearing goes. I definitely cannot hear without both of them in my ears. You would need to speak and talk to me right face to face if I wanted to hear anything. Because of that, like when I go to functions, like when I'm in a prayer circle or I'm in a small group, I don't always hear what people are asking. And I don't even know, like, it's very uncomfortable for me now in a small group. I get really frustrated because I don't hear everybody. So it's been harder socially for me in my later years because I don't always want to be in a prayer circle, and I don't always want to close my eyes because I might need to read what they're saying. So I'm not sure. And then also I intentionally go to the front of the service pews, and not everybody wants to do that who's hearing impaired. And I also read lips. So if you've got the speaker on the monitor, then I'm always looking at that so I can read their lips and understand everything they say. So the church helping those who can't hear well, gosh, I don't know that I have any really good answers to that, because I don't know what kind of technology is out there for us, other than continue to like use screens for speakers so that you can read or see, and be intentional about talking to them more directly instead of, expecting everyone to be able to hear.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.